Hi everyone, sorry about that. I have no idea what I did and how I turned that off, and I have no idea where I was. But I think in just wrapping up, what I wanted to say is that what I'm feeling is a real energy to take these things that are meaningful to us and that we love to do, and we are being presented with an opportunity for those to either become a career or to really take a front seat in our life and realizing that those are what is truly important. I know what I was going to say. What I had said is that people behaving badly, we can't control them, but we can take legal action. We can use our voice, our vote. We can speak up for those injustices and not tolerate it anymore. And I feel like that our tolerance for BS is very low this week um, for some reason. But I also see a real opportunity here for people to reinvent themselves, recreate their lives. Like we're getting this weird do-over that I think a lot of people are going to capitalize on. Um, and I think it's going to be done with our own personal health and well being in mind, as well as that of the entire earth. So there's a real groundedness to how we want to move forward. It's not frivolous. It's something deeper. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me. It's Jen here. We are doing your reading for the week of April 20th. So it's Earth Day, right? Earth Day, 420, Toke 'em Up Day, whatever your thing is. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, so this is a reading for that week. We have a lot going on. Okay, that's coming out. There's a new moon on April 23rd. It depending on where you are in the world, it could hit a different day. But April 23rd in Taurus, we're moving into Taurus season. So um, a grounded energy, a fixed energy, a little bit of a stubborn energy, but a very beautiful energy. Taurus has Venus is one of their ruling, if not their only ruling planet. I want to say there might be another ruling planet. So yeah, maybe beautifying things up, getting out in the garden. It's springtime here in the U.S. Beautifying your home, having some good food, things like that. Yeah, really sort of leaning into to what's going on, I guess. If any of you out there have lost your job or have been sick or have loved ones are sick or have family that you can't visit, please know you're in my thoughts and prayers. Okay, so let's jump into the reading. What's at the bottom? Eight of Pentacles. I mean, this is very much what I was just talking about, Taurus energy. But this is fun, taking it to the next level. So realizing that digging in the earth, and it's not necessarily that you even need to do anything different, but it's understanding that the spiritual aspect of what you're doing. I grew up, well, until 5 years ago, almost exactly. I'm going to start crying now. I've had horses my whole life. I think I had a couple years in college. I didn't. And I am a terrible housekeeper, but I love going into the barn, cleaning stalls, yes, shoveling horse shit, and having the radio on, whatever, NPR, podcast, whatever, and just being down there in the quiet morning with the animals, or sometimes they were even out and not even in there, but just, I don't know, there's something so meditative. It's one of my favorite things to do. And just realizing that, I don't know, that just that quiet time And there's just something really beautiful about it. And think some people really enjoy doing dishes at the end of the night. I'm not even going to show you because I'd be too embarrassed, but I'm looking right at my kitchen sink and I did not do my dishes last night. Um, Gardening, growing food, or just flowers, or just keeping your lawn nice, cooking, exercising, going out, anything like that can all be really spiritual. I know people who run or walk, like that is very, it's not, it's exercise, but it's their, also their mental health time, their spiritual time. And in many ways, it recharges them. Um, like their soul, right? So this is making sure you find knitting. I have a friend who's really into, I have several friends into knitting. Knitting's like the new, I don't even know what, it's making a big comeback. So making sure you carve out time to do those things that really feed your soul, no matter what they are. There's no right or wrong. Working on cars. My son loves to work on cars, or he loves to go out with my dad and just be out in the woods and get firewood and stuff like that. All right, this is the card that had been in focus recently that is fading away. The Empress. Interesting for it to be well, no, this is Mother Earth. Makes a lot of sense, right? So Mother Earth. Yeah, she's still in focus, but yeah, I feel a shift. We're starting to shift into a from sort of the autopilot shock of everything into more of a groove. She's bountiful, she's organic. Yeah, so we're shifting. Everything's starting to shift, right? I know it's hard to find seeds right now because I think everyone is thinking about growing their own gardens because of what happened. Growing up though, my mom used to have two huge gardens and she canned all her tomatoes. We had like this root cellar in our old house. It had a dirt scary basement, but so she would keep all of the potatoes. I mean, she had her own little grocery store for all that stuff downstairs. It was really amazing and things like that. So getting back to nature, getting in touch with um, a simpler time. And I don't think that's been a bad thing. I think bad things have been happening, but that hasn't been a bad thing. What do we want most? Let's go to this card. A change in thinking, a change in perspective, communicating that we want different things. Yeah, this is a very bold energy. This is legal action. This is people speaking up and not taking any shit and speaking their mind and cutting away the bullshit and really getting to the truth. So exposing things. Yeah. Whoa. I feel like I feel like bombshells are dropped all the time about things that are being covered up, but I feel like maybe this week we're going to see something even bigger and people are really going to have had it. I don't know. All right, what's in focus right now? The Chariot. Interesting. Interesting. So it's not surprising. For me, the Chariot, as I'm sure you've heard me explain if you visit my channel, it reminds me of you say you go to college and during college you work at a restaurant or something. And after college, you don't really have a clear path, like a clear job you want somewhere. And you just start working at the restaurant full time because, you have a job. You make really good money on the weekends and you work and you're good at it and you kind of like it on some level. Or you do like it on some level. It's not maybe what you really want to do, but it's comfortable. It's easy. You're already there. and you're hanging out with your friends, and a couple years go by, and maybe you're assistant manager, or maybe you're a manager, and then you're actually doing fairly well. Like, you're making decent money, you're not starting wage money. And all of a sudden, and then you meet someone, and you might wake up like, or you have a boyfriend and you stay in town even though you wanted to go somewhere else and do something else, and or a girlfriend, whatever. And then years later, you kind of wake up and you're like, what am I doing? I don't want to be here. And sometimes this comes during a breakup, uh, a job loss. I'm not saying people are going to lose their jobs, but I know that's a reality for people right now. Something, a little bit of a tower moment, shakes things up, and you're like, well, I don't even want to be here anyway. What the hell am I doing? I've always wanted, this is what I really wanted to do. And it's hard to do that because if you're making like it's hard to start, it's very hard to start over. Okay, especially in a job when you have a certain amount of money, to go backwards is very, very difficult. But it's like there's something about this time, and that's just an example. There's something about this time that's going to provide an opportunity to recalibrate. So the scenario I was talking about before is more reactive in a way. It's just sort of like, yeah, we just sort of go along, like we're going along with the flow, instead of the chariot is action. Like, I'm going to get my crap together and I'm going to chart my own course and set my own goals and then take action to make them happen, instead of just going along with life. So it's like planning your life instead of just what is that, living your life instead of life living you, or something. So it's a period to reset our GPS and get back on track, and make a plan to move forward, but moving forward with the goals we want. Oh, the Page of Wands. This might be a new business opportunity, something you're really inspired and passionate about. This time period may be bringing out your true passions. This matches very nicely with this. And it's interesting. Here's an Eight of Cups that's walking away from something. So we're finally able to walk away from something. I wonder how many people are stuck inside with partners that they realize they just can't deal with. But oh, that must be horrible. And especially, yeah, so this is entrepreneurial spirit, new beginning, motivation, enthusiasm. This is opening your own business, entrepreneurial energy. Did I just say that? So I can see this. Well, this is also movement, but it could be metaphorical movement. This, to me, this chariot and this Page of Wands is very much starting your own business, going out on your own, using this as a time to just completely redo things. It's almost like we're getting a do-over. Justice. Oh, I love seeing this is what's coming into focus. Justice, karma. Things coming back into balance, though. But maybe this is putting things back into balance in some ways. I don't know how, because it, as always, it affects the most vulnerable and socioeconomically challenged parts of our society, of the whole world. But something about this is going to bring things back in balance. I love this line here. We have the Empress, the Chariot, and Justice. What a beautiful line of cards. Okay, over here are some overall cards, some maybe future energies, but sort of a big picture. Yeah, we're not going to tolerate any bad behavior. People trying to, I mean, swords are thoughts and words. People who are just lying, who are trying to manipulate things, who just are people behaving badly. And the challenge of this card is, of course, we can't we can't control how other people act, but we have to look at how we're going to act when other people are behaving badly. What are our options? Are our options to behave badly? No. But we can do things like